They don't wear leather jackets or meet in smoky backrooms. The new mafia wears tailored Tom Ford suits, flies in Gulfstream G700s, and commands armies of corporate lawyers instead of hitmen. Forget the old mob wars of the 20th century. This is the 21st century cartel, and its territory is global finance, cybercrime, black market resources, and political influence worth trillions. They move in silence, controlling governments, industries, and the very flow of information. This isn't fiction, it's happening right now, and the world has no idea who truly holds the power. Until now. The rise of the invisible empire. While traditional mafia families like Anthony Fat Tony Salerno's Genovese crime family crumbled under law enforcement crackdowns, a new breed of organized crime quietly filled the vacuum. Using offshore tax havens, cryptocurrency, artificial intelligence, and private security firms, this invisible empire grew exponentially. Unlike their predecessors, these elites don't need muscle when they control the laws themselves. Insider sources estimate that the global shadow economy driven by these networks exceeds $3 trillion annually, a sum larger than most national economies. Their influence stretches from Wall Street trading floors to Dubai penthouses, from African mining fields to the corridors of Brussels and Beijing. They operate vast multinational holdings that appear legitimate on the surface, but hide sinister networks underneath. Every major economic sector has a quiet partner siphoning profits behind closed doors, feeding an intricate web of dark finance. Private jets as flying command centers. The private jet isn't just a luxury for this new mafia, it's their mobile headquarters. Gulfstream G700s, Bombardier Globals, and Boeing business jets serve as flying command centers equipped with encrypted communication hubs, bulletproof technology, and fully staffed legal teams on standby via satellite link. One can imagine figures like Darko Šarić, the Serbian kingpin who once amassed a fortune estimated at $27 billion, operating fleets of such jets to coordinate his cocaine empire across continents. Some jets are even equipped with advanced counter-surveillance measures, including anti-drone jamming systems, electromagnetic cloaking technologies, and rotating ID transponders that confuse air traffic tracking systems. These flying fortresses are where billion-dollar decisions are made, often while crossing international borders, safe from legal jurisdiction. The golden mansions that hide their thrones. If you think a billionaire's mansion in Beverly Hills is impressive, you haven't seen the fortified compounds owned by these global kingpins. Hidden behind layers of shell companies, their real estate portfolios are staggering. In Monaco, one mansion, known only as the Eyrie, is estimated to be worth over $500 million. Francesco Sandokan Schiavone of the Italian Casalesi clan lived like royalty, owning palatial homes with private zoos, gold-plated interiors, and underground bunkers worth hundreds of millions of dollars. In the Swiss Alps, a fortress-like estate valued at $900 million includes blast-proof bunkers, a self-sustaining hydroelectric plant, and air purification systems designed to withstand biochemical attacks. In the deserts of the United Arab Emirates, palatial compounds rise from the sand, complete with indoor ski slopes, temperature-controlled gardens, and vaults capable of storing hundreds of millions of dollars in gold, art, and cryptocurrency hardware wallets. Armies of lawyers as their new soldiers. The new mafia doesn't send goons with bats, they unleash armies of elite lawyers. Legal firms with $1,000-an-hour partners work around the clock to shield their clients from scrutiny, buying influence in regulatory bodies, and exploiting every loophole in international law. According to leaked documents from a whistleblower inside one of London's top law firms, some of these organizations employ over 400 attorneys across multiple continents. Susumu Ishii of Japan's Inagawa-kai Yakuza mastered this transition, pouring billions of dollars into legitimate businesses while surrounding himself with legal and political advisors who protected his sprawling empire under the guise of corporate respectability. Control over black market resources. From conflict diamonds to rare earth minerals critical for modern technology, these networks control resource pipelines that underpin entire industries. In the Democratic Republic of Congo, intelligence sources have linked one syndicate to illegal cobalt mining operations, generating over $1.2 billion annually. In Sicily, Matteo Messina Denaro, known as Diabolic, built a $4 billion empire tied to construction, energy, and black market agriculture, hiding his illicit dealings behind a network of legitimate businesses. In Myanmar, secret jade mining operations fuel political unrest while enriching hidden financiers. In South America, illegal logging syndicates tied to these groups clear vast sections of Amazon rainforest, smuggling rare hardwoods worth billions of dollars. The cybercrime kings. In the digital age, hacking has become the new extortion racket. These syndicates run covert cyber armies that penetrate corporate servers, siphon financial data, and manipulate stock markets. In one brazen operation uncovered by Europol, a cartel used ransomware attacks to extort over $700 million from corporations across Europe and Asia. These funds were laundered through a network of cryptocurrency wallets and fake startups. Figures like Joaquin El Chapo Guzman, who previously relied on tunnels and physical smuggling, would envy the digital sophistication now employed to move billions of dollars invisibly through cyberspace. These operations often intersect with geopolitical conflicts, as nation-states occasionally turn a blind eye in exchange for covert services. Political puppeteers. True power isn't just about wealth. It's about control. The new mafia uses that wealth to buy political leverage. They finance election campaigns, fund think tanks, and control media outlets that shape public opinion. In one notorious case, a South American billionaire cartel funneled over $300 million into political action committees across the United States, influencing legislation that would quietly benefit their global enterprises. Meanwhile, in Europe, similar organizations bankroll political movements on both extremes of the spectrum to create societal instability, weakening governments and increasing their bargaining power. They operate like Griselda Blanco, once controlled Miami, with ruthless precision, but now using digital propaganda, think tanks, and super PACs instead of armed hit squads. Private armies and security forces. Physical protection remains paramount. These moguls hire private security firms staffed with ex-special forces operatives, former intelligence agents, and even mercenaries. In the Middle East, one cartel maintains a private army of over 1,000 personnel, equipped with armored vehicles, attack drones, and state-of-the-art surveillance systems. In Southeast Asia, similar factions operate private naval fleets to secure smuggling routes and protect offshore floating data centers that house critical cryptocurrency assets. Their security protocols rival those of national militaries, the kind of tight-knit, loyal inner circles that once guarded Fat Tony Salerno and his fortified upstate New York compound have now evolved into global, fully militarized private forces. The luxury currency of power. Beyond cash, luxury itself has become a currency of power. Rare art, priceless jewelry, antique cars, these assets not only appreciate but serve as liquid collateral in secret deals. One Russian oligarch recently traded a $120 million Picasso painting as part of a covert energy deal involving European pipeline rights. In Switzerland, underground vaults store over $200 billion worth of gold bars, vintage wines, rare watches, and encrypted data cores. Darko Šarić's art and supercar collections were as much a part of his power as his criminal operations, while Griselda Blanco flaunted million-dollar jewelry and owned a diamond-encrusted pistol symbolizing her fearsome rule over Miami. The coming reckoning. But even these invisible empires aren't invincible. Global watchdogs, investigative journalists, and rival factions within intelligence communities are slowly unraveling their networks. As technology makes it harder to stay hidden, cracks are forming. Some insiders warn of a coming reckoning, a global financial collapse triggered by the exposure of trillions of dollars in illicit wealth propping up unstable markets. Whistleblowers are starting to emerge, revealing secret bank accounts, coded offshore communications, and evidence of state-level collusion. The exposure of one major node in this vast web could send shockwaves through global stock markets, destabilize currencies, and provoke political crises. When that day comes, the world may realize just how deeply these silent empires have infiltrated modern civilization, and how fragile the system truly is when those invisible strings are finally cut. The old mafia ruled streets with fear, but the new world mafia rules boardrooms, courtrooms, and entire governments. Their power is invisible, their wealth unimaginable, and their reach unlimited. They don't simply own companies, they own entire industries, entire nations. The real question isn't who they are, it's how long they can stay hidden. Because when the truth finally surfaces, the world may find itself standing on a financial house of cards far more fragile, more complex, and more dangerous than anyone dares to admit. If you had access to this level of power, would you use it to change the world, or to rule it from the shadows? Let us know in the comments, and don't forget to like, subscribe, and join us for more shocking secrets of the ultra-wealthy.